Alrighty, here we go. What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome night so far. Welcome on in to the the 100th game of the season for the Phillies. That's right. This is game number 100 for the Fightin' Phils. And they'll be taking on the Baltimore Orioles, who are also playing their 100th game as well. And the Orioles, well, they've been playing really good baseball. They are actually 61-38 on the season. And the Phillies, well, they're 53-46. But the Orioles, going back to them, they did a really nice job against Tampa Bay. They took 2 out of 3. And, well, I mean, between the both of them, because the Rays are also really struggling as of lately, the Baltimore Orioles have been taking care of business, and now they have the AL East lead in the standings. And the Phillies, on the other hand, well, obviously they're behind the Atlanta Braves, but they're tied with the Miami Marlins. And it's been a very, very close wild card race from 1 to 3, from top to bottom. But the Phillies have to try to capitalize today, and hopefully they can get a lot of run production. They were able to get 4 runs in those extra innings of yesterday's game after winning by a score of 8-5. But then they got shut out 1-0 in the first game against Cleveland. In the second game against Cleveland. And then in the first game, they lost 6-5. So you have to try to get a lot of offensive production. They're going up against Dean Kremer tonight, and we'll get to his stats in just a little bit. But on the pitching side of things for the Phillies, Christopher Sanchez, he's been their number 5 guy. And he has to try to hopefully have a good, solid, quality start and go about 5 innings or so, and be as efficient as he possibly can be. Utilize the fastball, try to go with a slider at times, and try to locate that, on the corners and those types of things, and that would be absolutely huge. So let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Baltimore Orioles as we're back at Citizens Bank Park. I got Austin Hayes out in left field. Anthony Santander is in right. Ryan Mountcastle is the first baseman. He'll be batting third. Gunnar Henderson will be the DH for tonight's game, and Jordan Westbrook gets the start over at second base for Baltimore. Aaron Hicks is playing out in center field. He's been playing a lot for Cedric Mullins, who's on the injured list. Ramon Urias, the third baseman. He's batting seventh. James McCann, the veteran catcher. He'll be playing behind the plate today for Adley Rushman. And batting ninth is Jorge Mateo, who gets the start at shortstop. So, once again, it's Hayes, Santander, Mountcastle, Henderson, Westberg, Hicks, Urias, McCann, and Mateo. All right. And the Phillies will have Christopher Sanchez on the mound. There we go. What's up, Mitch? Thanks for coming on here. What's up, Betty? Eve Fernando Osama. Let's go, Orioles. We love to have Orioles fans on here. Oh, man, I forgot that this is chroma key because I technically have a blue background. Oh, boy, I forgot all about that. I probably should change my clothes. I totally did not recognize that, and I was not thinking for sure. So we will take a step off in just a little bit as Christopher Sanchez is going to go out towards the mound, and he will be on the bump for the Fightins. All right, so yeah, well, let's do it right now, I guess so. PAS, thanks for coming on here, man. I appreciate it. Hello, JJ. Have a great stream tonight. I hope you have a great stream too, man. I really, really do. And I can't thank you enough for always being on here. Dude, we definitely got to talk sometime, man. Talk about some podcasting stuff and those types of things. I'd love to collaborate with you. I seriously would. And I think that would be so cool. So once again, it's Austin Hayes in the leadoff spot. Santander is in right field. Mountcastle's over at first base. Henderson's the DH. Westberg is the second baseman. Hicks is in center field. Urias is over at third. McCann is at the plate. And Mateo is over at shortstop. And they'll be taking on Christopher Sanchez. The Baltimore Orioles, that is. The Phillies will send Sanchez out over on the mound. Sanchez is 0-3 on the season with a 3.06 ERA and 30 strikeouts in 35 and a third of an inning. PAS says, absolutely, I'll make sure to follow up on your socials. Yeah, man, that'd be really cool. I think that'd be awesome. The sun is still shining at Citizens Bank Park as we are entering into the twilight zone. And Austin Hayes will be leading things off. Hayes in the previous series against the Rays went 2 for 15 with a double, an RBI, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. The Orioles offense as a whole hasn't necessarily been doing too hot, per se, but their pitching has been pretty darn good. With guys like Rodriguez and obviously Dean Kremer, who's on the mound today. First pitch. It's in there for a called strike. They have a really nice starting rotation overall. The pitch. Fly ball hit out to right field. Castellanos backs up, and he's there to make the catch. And there's one out in the top of the first inning. So that means we got to update the scoreboard, and we'll do that right now. All right, let's do that. Good. Yep. Has not updated. I don't like it when that happens some of the time. So Sanchez, as he'll be taking on Anthony Santander, who's up right now. Sanchez throws it right down the middle of the plate. And it's swung on, popped up out to shallow right center field. Stock gets called off by Rojas at the very last second, and Rojas is there to make the catch. It was sort of like a similar play that happened a couple of nights ago when Jose Ramirez had a bloop single. It was an RBI bloop single, but really Bryson Stott and Nick Castellanos had some miscommunication. Stott was backpedaling towards the grass, and Rojas lost his sunglasses, and he called Stott off at the very last second and was there to get it. And there's 2 outs with nobody on, and a sinker is thrown on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike to Ryan Mountcastle. Mountcastle hitting .235 with 11 home runs this season. The 0-1, that's inside and low. So the Phillies, well, they have Garrett Stubbs behind the plate. Jake Cave's over at first base. Bryson Stott's at second. Josh Harrison is the third baseman. I got a little tongue twisted over there. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Trea Turner's over at shortstop. Kyle Schwarber is out in left field. Yohan Rojas is the center fielder. Nick Castellanos is out in right. And Bryce Harper is the DH for tonight's game. So some defensive adjustments and defensive switches, and maybe that could help the Phillies. The 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss. And Ryan Mountcastle goes fishing after a changeup that was low and away. 1, 2, 3 go the O's. And we go to the bottom of the first as the Phillies are coming up to bat at the bank. Okay. Well, I think I was talking a little bit too fast there. I do. All right, let's refresh this now. Cool. And let's make this full screen. Let's go. Let's go Phillies. What's up, Wiz? How you doing, Wiz? Thanks for being on here. All right, I got to change the shirt. We'll do it after the bottom of the first inning because we have to introduce the Phillies lineups, and that's really important. So I will definitely change my shirt in just a couple of seconds. I'm being chroma keyed because I have a blue background, and I'm wearing a blue shirt. And that's not really so good. Even if I'm a little bit closer, that's not so good either. Okay, well, whatever. All right, so Kyle Schwarber will be batting in the leadoff spot. He's playing in left field. Trea Turner's the shortstop. He'll be batting second. Bryce Harper batting third. He'll be the DH. Nick Castellanos is batting in the cleanup spot, and he'll be out in right field. Bryson Stott right behind him, protecting Castellanos as he's over at second base. Josh Harrison will be the third baseman today. Jake Cave's over at first. He'll be batting seventh. Garrett Stubbs gets the start tonight behind the plate as JT gets a rest. And Yohan Rojas, the center fielder, he'll be batting ninth. Yes. JJ, Gabe, Wiz, E4, Pure Adrenaline Sports, and Mitch. What's going on? What is up, everybody? Yes, yes, yes. I love you all so much. Rising Rhino, Snowman, the whole gang, man. We love you all. But I don't think that Rising Rhino and Snowman are on here. But I just had to include them too. Yes. All right, so once again, it's Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Castellanos, Stott, Harrison, Cave, Stubbs, and Rojas. So tonight, sitting for the Phillies, JT Realmuto will be coming off the bench, and so will Brandon Marsh, Edmundo Sosa, and Alec Bohm. Dean Kremer's on the mound. In 108 innings of work, he has 101 strikeouts, a 4.8 earned run average, and 31 walks, and this is actually his 21st start of the season. He's 27 years old, from Stockton, California. Pitch number 1, ball 1, as it was downstairs. Schwarber has been hitting really well against the Baltimore Orioles lifetime with a 343 average. But currently he's hitting 185 on the season for the Fightins. The pitch, downstairs. Urias is over at third base. There's Brandon Hyde, the Orioles manager. This is his 5th season. 2 balls, no strikes. Kremer comes set at the chest, winds up, and kicks, fires, and it's on the outside corner for a called strike. So Kremer, as I mentioned, is 27 years old. He's 6'2", and weighs 210 pounds. The 2-1 offering, swing and a miss. That changeup was just on the lower third of the zone at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kremer comes set at the chest again. And the pitch. Line drive. Hit over to second base. It was played on a hop. And the throw over to first by Westberg is in plenty of time to get Schwarber out. So Schwarber grounds out the second to start off the game. And Trea Turner, who went 4 for 13 in the last series with 2 runs scored, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, a double and a triple. He is due up at the plate. Kremer comes set at the chest and throws that one upstairs. The Orioles will have James McCann behind the plate tonight. He starts for Adley Rutschman, just a scheduled night off for him. And we'll get to the infielders and the outfielders in just a few seconds after the pitch. And here it is. It's on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. So Ryan Mountcastle's over at first. And Jordan Westberg is the second baseman. As the 1-1 pitch is popped up right behind the plate. Catcher takes the mask off, and it just goes behind the netting. So Mountcastle's at first. Westberg's at second. Urias is over at third. He's been really struggling lately for them. Jorge Mateo, is at the shortstop position. Austin Hayes is in left. In center, you got Aaron Hicks, the former Yankee. And Anthony Santander is out in right field as Gunnar Henderson is the designated hitter in tonight's game. So Ryan O'Hearn, Adam Frazier, and Adley Rutschman, who've been starting for a very long time for the Orioles, they have the night off. The 1-2 pitch, broken back, ground ball, hit over towards the second base side, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time to get Trea Turner. That bat was shattered. Heads up, look out below. Oh, man. Back-to-back groundouts thrown by Dean Kremer, and that's what he does. Both of those were over to second base. Tim says, "Hi, JJ. Caught your stream last night. I couldn't say it any better about the frustration from this team." Yeah, I want to get more to that comment in just a few seconds. Yeah, look, we'll talk a little bit more about it. But, man, thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate that. We do our Phillies series We do our Phillies post-series podcast after every single series, and I had to let some things out, That was the fan in me. First pitch, it's outside and wide by Kremer. Harper's up at the plate. He's hitting .290 on the season. The 1-0 pitch, outside again. There was a cutter at 89. Kremer in his last outing went 4 2/3 of an inning against the Dodgers and only had 1 strikeout. 2-0 pitch, grounder, back up the middle. Nice play by the second baseman, but he stumbles and throws over to first, and it's not in time. Honestly, that was a really tough play by Westberg as he stumbled a little bit, but he tried to slide, and he made a really good slide as he tried to get over towards the ball, towards his right side. And then once he tried to get up, he just stumbled and he slipped a little bit, and Harper was safe over at first base. So that should be ruled as an infield single. No crying in baseball, says RPGB. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming on here, dude. I really do appreciate that. Jackie! Oh, man, Jacqueline, how you doing? Thanks for coming on here, Jacqueline. All right, thank you. Thank you. Castellanos will step up to the plate, and he takes it outside. We talked about it a lot yesterday, but Castellanos, his struggles continue as his batting average has plummeted down to .282. It was over 300 by the All-Star break. The 1-0 delivery, it's off the plate. He's only hitting .122 here in the second half with a home run and 3 RBI. And he had 13 homers in the first half with 55 RBI. The 2-0 pitch, foul ball. That'll make the count 2-1. As far as the crew chief for tonight's game, we got Lance Barksdale behind the plate. Will Little is the first base umpire. Ryan Addington is over at second base, and Dan Merzel is the third base ump. 2-1 is the count. Kremer comes set, kicks, fires, and swung on and missed. I've noticed that a couple of times today he's been ahead in the count, and the Phillies, like when it's 2 balls, no strikes, there have been a couple of batters in this inning that, you know, they'll fall in front of the count, and then they just get tied up. And 2 strikes are aboard, and now it's a different type of an at-bat. Harper's over at first. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the first. We are scoreless at the bank. The 2-2 delivery. Fly ball. And it's hooking foul as Harper decided to go. And now he has to go back to the bag at first. As I mentioned before, Kremer only lasted 4 2/3 of an inning in his last outing. He only had 1 strikeout. That was against the Dodgers. Now, the Orioles ended up winning that game 8-5, but he gave up 5 earned runs. 2 of them were long balls. 2-2 pitch. Line drive, hit over to third base, played on a hop, and the throw over the second is in plenty of time to get Bryce Harper on the fielder's choice ground out. No runs, 1 man left. And we go to the top of the second inning as we are scoreless in Philadelphia. Yes, I totally agree with that. I completely agree with that statement. All right, I don't want to be chroma keyed, so I'm going to go switch my shirt right now, but I will be right back in just a few moments. Stay tuned. Alrighty, back for the top of the second inning, and here comes Gunnar Henderson, who grounds this one over to shortstop. Turner has it, fields it, throws over to first, and Henderson is out by a couple of steps. There we go, and there's one away. So we're still sticking with the blue, but we're just going with the darker side of blue here because we love blue. Blue is a really good color. And I don't know. Just wanted to go with blue today. Because I'm feeling a little bit blue. But not that type of blue. Jordan Westburg will step up to the plate. He's hitting .262 on the season. As the 1-0 pitch, that's a towering fly ball hit out to right field. That's going back to the track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. His first homer of the season is an opposite field home run. And the Baltimore Orioles strike first in Philadelphia. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Titans. Just gave up a solo homer. It ended up going towards the middle of the plate. Looked like it was a hanging slider. Some type of an off-speed pitch that was thrown that just missed its spot. And now Aaron Hicks will come up. And he takes a look at a called strike. So Jordan Westburg, his first homer on the season. I believe his first homer of his career, too. The 0-1 pitch to Hicks is inside and low. Aaron batting .231 with 7 homers and 25 RBI. The 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. A changeup at 81. Phillies have a couple of former players that are on the Orioles, including Kyle Gibson and Cole Irvin. Both in the starting rotation. The 1-2 delivery, it's inside as Garrett Stubbs tried to frame it, but he could not do so. Yep. 2-2 is the count. The next pitch, that one's in the dirt, and that'll make the count full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the second. Orioles lead at 1-0. Payoff pitch. Grounder hit over to third base. Josh Harrison has it, throws across the diamond, and Cave catches it and tags the bag for the second out of the inning. That's the second ground out that's been thrown by Christopher Sanchez in this inning. 9-7 could go either way. I'm leaving Baltimore. Okay, you think it's going to be a high-scoring game? Okay. I like that prediction. Be cool to see a nice back-and-forth type of an offensive performance. There's a slider thrown to Urias. It's no ball as 1 strike. Sanchez comes set at the chest, winds up and throws it across the plate as it's fouled off. The Giants and the Tigers played earlier today at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the only game that has occurred as the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. Good news for the Phillies as the Giants lost 5-1 in Detroit. Man, this wild card race is getting very, 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 very tight. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball. It's fouled off, though, towards the third base dugout. James McCann, a veteran catcher, is in the on-deck circle. He's starting tonight for Adley Rutschman, who just continues to have an impressive season. Sanchez comes set at the chest, kicks, deals, and it's in the dirt. What is up, Go Bird Gang? How we doing, man? Eric, that's you, correct? I want to make sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. The pitch was in the dirt. And there's a strikeout to end the inning as the side is retired. But we go to the bottom of the second as the Baltimore Orioles strike first on the first homer by Jordan Westburg this season. And the Phillies trail 1-0. Every team in wild card race struggling except for the Reds. Oh, yes, for sure. Absolutely. Okay. Great. Great start. Let me make sure that I turn this on. And why isn't my phone? Why didn't I set up my phone? JJ, what are you doing? Come on, buddy. That's better. Okay. Good. Now we can set this up here. Guys, if you're brand new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on those notification bells too, so that way you know when I upload. I forgot my hat. Left that over there because I had to change shirts. Yeah, I said that. I said that the Giants lost today. And if you just subscribe to my channel, I want to make sure that you guys remember to shout yourselves out, man. You know, we love people. We love new people coming on here, whether you're a fan of the Phillies, the Sixers, the Flyers, the Patriots, or any other team, really, seriously. Because we love growing our family, and we want to make sure that we do a really good job calling games for both sides, and also do some podcasts as well. So we have some cool podcasting content that's coming out every week with our Sharing the Mic podcast with JJ. That's really cool. Our next episode will be released on Friday. I'm a baseball fan, says RPGB. That is the spirit. I love that. You're in the right place at the right time, my guy. It doesn't count until you do the scores in the third. Yeah, I will, but I will have more updates because I don't even know what time we're going to go to the third inning, but oh, wait, yeah, because there's a lot of games that are getting started. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, Bryson Stott will lead things off. He's batting in the 5 spot. And he takes that one on the upper third of the zone for a called strike. It's an 0-1 count. Stott hitting .304 on the season as he laces this one out to left field. And it's caught right on the nose by Austin Hayes as he had to go over towards his right. He stopped and he made the catch. So Stott lined out to left. And Stott actually made history yesterday because he had 4 walks in the game and was able to do something that was actually really, really fascinating. First pitch to Josh Harrison, that is in there. Actually, that was just a little bit below the knees for a called strike. So that'll make the count 0-1. The pitch. Swinging a grounder, hit over to third base. And the throw over to first is dug out by Mountcastle as Urias threw it, and there's 2 away. So nobody on, 2 outs. And we're here in the bottom of the second inning. So Stott became the 12th player, according to Baseball Reference on social media, in AL and NL history, and the first since Darren Lewis in 1991 to have 4 walks and 3 stolen bases in a game. Jake Cave will be coming up to the plate. So Harrison grounds out, and the first pitch to Cave is a foul ball down the left field line. The other players on that list include Ricky Henderson, Gerald Young, Gary Reddish, Ozzie Smith, Willie Randolph, Lou Brock, Leon Wagner, Richie Ashburn, Max Casey, and Jimmy Sheckard. The pitch. It's outside. And he's only 25. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch, grounder, hit back towards the mound. Nice play by Kremer as he played it on the hop and made a little underhanded scoop over to first for the third and final out of the inning. So we go to the top of the third. Phillies trail 1-0 at Citizens Bank Park. Cool. Great. Who is Brian Snow? Brian Snow is Snowman Multimedia. And he only scored 1 run. Yeah, exactly, Larry. That's the crazy part. Yeah. Look, so Hey, honestly, first of all, guys, we have 33 people on here. I want to make sure that I thank you all so much for being here. You know, uh, I know that the team has been struggling a little bit, but I'm just really happy to see you guys all back on here. And for those of you that have been very, very faithful to this channel, it truly, truly means a lot to me. Whether the team is doing really well, whether they're not doing so well, we're still covering these games, man. And we're still practicing our play-by-play calls. We're still interacting with everybody on here, and we're trying to just have a good time. So, I really want to make sure that I thank you all so much for those of you that have been really sticking with this, to just thank you all. So, it means a lot. Yes, it is an odd lineup today. Kathy Ann says probably do great tonight because they play poorly against poor teams, but better against better teams. That's a good point that you make, man. That's a really good point that you make, Kathy. Tim said, "Hi JJ, this is what I wanted to read. Caught your stream last night. I couldn't say it any better about the frustrations of this team." Yeah, man. But again, when I'm calling games, I'm not able to express those types of things. So that's what that platform is for. It's for me to just vent. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you for tuning into that. Christopher Sanchez back out there for his third inning of work. And the first pitch is fouled off by James McCann, who's hitting a $195. He's slashing 227 and 336. The 0-1 pitch, grounder. It's hooking foul, and it goes into the third base dugout. Yeah, that's pretty insane, Larry. The pitch, grounder. It's another one that's just fouled off too. Orioles over their last 15 games. Well, they've been able to put up 134 hits in 515 at-bats. The pitch. Line drive back up the middle for a base hit. It just blooped over the head of Bryson Stott out in the center field. There's a leadoff single to start off the top of the third inning by James McCann. And the number 9 hitter, Jorge Mateo, is due up. Defense playing him to pull over towards the third base side as Sanchez throws that one on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. Phillies have a 3-game set here at home against the Orioles, and then they go to Pittsburgh as they have an off day on Thursday, and they'll play 3 games at PNC Park. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball, hit back to shortstop, the flip over the second. There's one to throw over to first in plenty of time for a 6-4-3 double play. Christopher Sanchez threw a very nice sinker as Jorge Mateo had to stay on top of it, and Turner made a pretty good play to get the double play in turn 2. So after a leadoff single by James McCann, there's 2 outs with nobody on. Austin Hayes, the leadoff hitter, is due up as we flip the lineup card, and he takes a sinker over the plate for a called strike. Hayes batting .295 with 9 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Sanchez kicks, steals, and it's swung on and missed. That changeup was way outside. No balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez comes set, winds up, and delivers a foul ball as it got a little piece of Garrett Stubbs on the hand. And Stubbs will stand up. Austin Hayes is like, "Are you okay?" So he jokes around with him a little bit. And Stubbs will put the glove back on as he's standing right behind home plate. 31 pitches on the evening so far for Christopher Sanchez. Austin Hayes is 0 for 1 as he flied out to right to start off the game. No balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez gets the signs, agrees on a pitch, the windup and the delivery. It's hooking foul. It goes out of play towards the first base side. and we'll do it again. Sanchez winds up, kicks, deals, and it's in the dirt. Good take by Austin Hayes. Phillies, as I mentioned, they're 53-46 on the season. They're actually 26-19 at home, while the Orioles are 31-18 on the road. The 1-2 delivery. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Christopher Sanchez, and we go to the bottom of the third. Garrett Stubbs will lead things off when the Phillies return at the bank. Nice. Cool. Cheers, everybody. L'chaim. Yes. Very, very cool. Guys, if you're brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we cover Phillies baseball, 76ers basketball, Flyers hockey, and Patriots football. All right, for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I started this channel 7 months ago, back on December 20th of 2022. And I really actually started it 3 months before that, but we really didn't start doing Play-by-Play with JJ content until December 20th, and we were starting off with doing 76ers basketball. We finished out that season. We also finished out the football season. And as soon as baseball season was about ready to start, I felt like I was ready to do this more and more and more. So that's when the bike, we really started pedaling on the bike. And we've been doing this almost every single day. And we've just been plugging along with so much content. With the baseball season, we finished out the NBA season for the Sixers. And ever since then, we've been doing just a whole lot of baseball games and a whole lot of other casts as well. And we still have a lot more coming too. So we're on the road to 1,000. And, you know, the amount of content that we're plugging in every single day, it's just going to continue to increase, you know, as we have more and more stuff coming. What's up, random hobo? Really? That's your name? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That is crazy, man. What's going on, man? How you doing? Garrett Stubbs is up at the plate. I just didn't expect that. I'm not, like, laughing at that. I didn't expect that name. That caught me off guard. The pitch. Fly ball. Hit out towards the left center field alleyway. Aaron Hicks tracks it down and stops on a dime, and he's there to make the catch. That is the first out of the bottom of the third. Kremer has retired the last 5 batters that he's faced. Specific was his eye. It's cool. I'm glad you like it. Well, that caught me off guard, man. Johan Rojas will take a strike. He's in 273 on the season with 3 hits and 11 ABs. The 0-1 pitch, line drive into left center field on the run, and making the diving catch out in center field is Aaron Hicks. It's recorded as an out, and Aaron Hicks is down. He's in a sitting position. I don't know what he injured necessarily. It's ruled upon as an out. And now they're going to review this to see if this was a catch or not, to see if it hit the grass. But regardless, what a play by Aaron Hicks. He made the catch in the air, but the question is, did he have full possession once it hit the ground? Because it did bounce out at the very last second. It's ruled as an out. Phillies will not challenge this. And it is ruled as an out. So what a catch that was by Hicks out in center field. And Hicks does stand up, and he seems to be okay, as Austin Hayes came right over to the rescue. And that pitch was well struck. And Hicks, man, he just held on to it. The trainer is out there in center field to see if Aaron Hicks is okay. And, well, this is a guy who came in for Cedric Mullins, and looks like that left knee is really bothering him. He's hobbling as he's taking a little walk with the trainer and Austin Hayes as well. So that should be recorded as a line out to center field. So there's 2 outs and the bases are empty. Yeah, remember how they can still review home run calls and those types of things? When it comes to a catch, they can't review it. I'm like 95.99% sure. But I want to make sure that I am correct about that. But I know that with home runs, for certain, they can do that. So Hicks is going to come out of the ball game, and we will have a new center fielder that comes in as the umpire has to write down the switch. Hicks is walking, but he will go back towards the dugout and praying that he is all right. He just made an incredible catch. And I'm really surprised that he hung on to that as soon as he was diving and his glove hit the ground out in center field. Still had possession. So we will have a new center fielder that comes in for Baltimore. Get you the name in just a few moments. Probably be Colton Cowser, if I am assuming correctly. As Kyle Schwarber is due up at the plate, and he fouls off the first pitch. See, this is the curse of doing this on a monitor, because I don't know. No balls, 1 strike, 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Kremer comes set, winds up, and delivers, and it's in the dirt. So that is taken for a ball, and the count is now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Phillies trail 1-0 in the bottom of the third. The pitch. A curveball that is swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-2. So Colton Cowser does come in to play center field as the pitch is downstairs. Cowser ended up going 1 for 9 in the series against the Rays with a run scored, an RBI, and 3 strikeouts. Two and two. The delivery. It's a changeup in the dirt. So that'll make the count 3-2. Full count to Schwarber, the payoff. It's in the dirt, and Schwarber walks. A 2-out walk issued by Dean Kremer, and Kyle gets on. It's the second base runner of the day for the Phils. All right, so let me make sure that I make this change and put Cowser out in center field. So Turner is due up at the plate. He grounded out in the first. It's in 248 with 10 homers and 34 runs batted in. There's a runner over at first. That's Kyle Schwarber. Kremer kicks, fires, and there's a fly ball hit out to right field. Santander gets underneath it, and they'll make the catch towards the line. And the inning is over. No runs. 1 man left. And we go to the top of the 4th inning. Phillies trail 1-0 at the bank. Okay. So Turner flies out to right. Yes. Schwarber's 0 for 1 stealing this year. That's cool. Good to know. What's up, Snowman? What is going on? Had to check in before I finish my prep for tonight. Are you doing the WNBA game? Are you doing the Aces game? Is that what's going on? Oh, Rangers and Astros at 8:10. Nice, cool stuff. Guys, please make sure that you go give my man Snowman some love and support, man. Snow in July, exactly. I'm actually getting a little bit chilly in here, but that's because my fan is on and it feels good. All right, so I do have a question for you guys. This is not our trivia question, but I do want to know if you guys do know this answer. Okay, because today is Monday, July 24th. I want to know which pitcher holds the record for the longest losing streak in Major League history. Do you guys know? I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to figure it out. But I'm curious to see if you guys know. We'll actually answer it when we go to the bottom of the fourth. I should have done this in the third, but there's no one here to remind me that I got to do the reads, or that I have to do what I am supposed to do, but except it's just me. It's easy to lose track of things like that. Anthony Young, says Larry. It's correct. You got that right. That is right. Good job, Larry. I'm proud of you, man. That was awesome. You got that. That's your fun fact of the day. Anthony Santander will be coming up. Yeah. Good job, Larry. First pitch that Santander sees is a slider that's just off the plate for a ball. So Christopher Sanchez is out there for his fourth inning of work. He gets the signs from Stubbs, winds up, kicks, fires, and it's a bouncer that is fouled off towards the third base dugout. Anthony is 0 for 1 today. Popped out to shortstop his last time up. And ended up going 2 for 16 in the series against the Rays. The 1-1 delivery, Hopper, that's hit over towards the third base side, and it's just foul again. The only hiccup today by Sanchez was the solo home run that he allowed to Jordan Westbrook. Jordan Westbrook. Did I really say Westbrook? Probably getting mixed up with Jake Westbrook. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanchez winds up and kicks, and it's outside. Ryan Mountcastle waits in the on-deck circle for his turn to come up to the plate. The 2-2 delivery. Foul ball towards the first base side. Larry says, I was thinking about his epic streak just the other day. I don't know if epic is the right word for that, but the 2-2 pitch. It's downstairs. I don't know have I ever had an epic streak of something I've ever done? I don't know. 3-2 pitch. It's just foul. I actually did have an epic streak, I guess. I guess it's technically an epic streak. I don't know if it's really epic, but I did have a streak of just eating Captain Crunch. Peanut butter Captain Crunch, dry. I had a very long streak of that. It was my favorite cereal. There's an epic streak. 3-2 pitch. Foul ball down the right field line. And it hooks out of play. Cocoa Puffs is good, too. I used to love Cocoa Puffs and Lucky Charms. But I would only eat, there was a time when I was really young where I would just only eat the marshmallows. 3-2 pitch. Line drive, bobbled by Turner, and Turner's just going to have to eat that one up. And E6 will be called to Trea Turner as he tried to catch it. It bounced off of his glove right in front of him, and there was no chance that he was going to get Santander out at first. Trea will just make these really nice plays. He actually played it on a bounce, and it just went in and out of the glove. I couldn't tell in real time if it was a bouncer or not, just because it looked like it was a line shot because when they're turning the cameras and stuff, but that definitely is charged as an E6. Mountcastle comes up and he hits a high bouncer over to third. The throw over the second. There's one. The throw back to first. Not in time. And that's a fielder's choice ground out by Ryan Mountcastle. There's one out in the top of the fourth inning. You know, sometimes when I'm doing my scorecard, it gets a little confusing to me because I look and see that the last hitter was the number 1 hitter in an inning, and then I just automatically go down to the number 2 hitter in that same inning, but I have to change it. Sometimes it gets me mixed up. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson, batting on the left side. It's just in there for a called strike. I really enjoyed sharing the mic with JJ podcast. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you'll like Friday's episode too, man. Random hobo wants to know how long the streak was. It's a good question. The 0-1 pitch. It's on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike. It was for, I'd say, like 5 years, I'd say. I mean, like, I would switch, like, my cereals, but I'm just saying, like, the streak of just eating the Captain Crunch cereal dry. That was at least, it was way more than that, actually. I would say it was about 9 or 10. I'm selling myself short. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes as the next pitch was outside. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Sanchez kicks, deals, and it's off the plate. Not by much. Henderson grounded out to shortstop in the second inning. It's one of 3 ground-out victims. Or 4, I should say. The 2-2 pitch. Pop up, hit over towards the infield. Cave over towards the first base side. Almost lost it for a second, and he's underneath it to make the catch. The marshmallows were the best part. They seriously were. Of course. So 2 gone in the top of the fourth. As Henderson pops out to first base. And Jordan Westberg, who hit his first career home run. He's batting .274. Did that back in the second inning. A runner over at first. And the first pitch by Sanchez is at the knees for a called strike. Looked like it was maybe a little bit inside, but Lance Barksdale gave Christopher Sanchez the call. Sanchez looks back at first, now back to the plate, winds up and throws it. It's just fouled behind the backstop. Orioles, they're 2 games above the Tampa Bay Rays for the AL East division. Rays are 61-42. Orioles are 61-38. Sanchez comes set at the belt, looks back to home plate. After looking back at first, the 0-2, it's a ground ball, hit over towards the first base side, and it is just foul. Not by much. Mountcastle was hustling all the way over to second base as soon as the ball was hit. Drewski's chair. What is going on? How you doing? Thanks for coming on here. I really do appreciate it so much. I'm sure that those kids that are out there appreciate the water ice that they're getting. Just stuffed with red. It's probably strawberry water ice. Strawberry mango. That's what my mom likes. The 0-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. It was a good take. How you doing, man? How's your night going? They released an all marshmallows cereal. I put it on like 30 pounds. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, Christopher Sanchez gets out of the inning again. That's now the 4th time today that he has struck out a batter to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies are down 1-0. against the O's. The ball will boom, guys. We must have faith, says Random Hobo. Phillies playing some bad baseball, says Edward. Yeah, well, hopefully they snap out of it. That's all that you can hope for, you know what I'm saying? In case you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on those bell icons. Larry, sorry I didn't read your comment. You've got an epic streak of calling Phillies games. That was really nice. Yes, we've had a very good streak. We've been doing it for how many? I don't think we've missed a game in almost a month, so that's pretty good. We're really trying to get as many reps as possible. So, hey JJ, what state are you in? Go Bird Gang. South Jersey, my guy. I'm from South Jersey. Graduated from Rowan University last year with a sports broadcasting degree. Called games for the Delaware Bluecoats, for Rowan University, and for the Wilmington Blue Rocks. I had internships with them as well, so I wasn't just doing radio calls, but I had some really, really cool experience. And, you know, the great Scott Fransky, the radio play-by-play announcer for the Phillies, was the one that told me, you know, with all due respect, if you're doing 1 to 2 games a week, you're not really building any sort of stamina. So you have to just get on here, and you have to try to call as many games as possible and just get reps. And, you know, not only are we getting reps, but we're building a brand. You know, we're building a business, if you will, and we're just having fun while we're doing it. And I think that that's what makes this so cool. Rising Rhino, how you doing, man? What is up? Rising Rhino in the house. Rising Rhino, you know the drill, man. You know the drill. Drop the link down below in the description area. And make sure that you guys, the rest of you, go subscribe to my boy's channel. So Bryce Harper is coming up to the plate. He's having some words with Lance Barksdale. I think that a pitch clock violation was maybe just called against him. I don't know. I'm just speculating at the very last second. But Harper will step back into the batter's box, so no pitch clock violation was called as I know of yet. Dean Kremer will kick, wind up, and deliver. There's a grounder, pulled over towards the first base side. Second baseman has it, throws over to first. And Westberg gets Harper out. Whoop, whoop. Yes, man. Yes, sir. I can't do that because that's what RB does, so I can't really be saying that. All that is football and beyond. Yes, honestly, like, don't sell yourself short because you did a really good job with Wimbledon as well and with tennis. I'm being dead serious. And please, like, you know, also, like, you did a really good job with baseball too, I thought. Just keep pushing, man. No balls, 1 strike to Nick Castellanos. First pitch was at the knees. Stream froze for just a second, but we're back at it, and we're clear. It's now a 1-1 count. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Phillies trail 1-0. Kremer comes set, winds up, and throws it, and Castellanos just tips it foul. Nick went 1 for 14 with 6 strikeouts in the series against the Cleveland Guardians. Takes a quick step out of the batter's box really quickly. He's never faced Kremer. 1-2 is the count. Kremer gets the signs and winds up and throws it upstairs and just a little bit outside too. 2-2. Kremer again goes at it wide that time, and it's wide and low. Castellanos in his career against the Orioles is hitting 145 with 2 homers and 8 RBI in 31 games. 3-2 pitch. It's downstairs and inside for ball 4. It was actually just downstairs, but regardless, Castellanos gets aboard. with a 1-out walk. And now Bryson Stott is coming up. He's hitting .303 with 9 home runs on the season and just continues to be one of the Phillies' best hitters over the last couple of weeks. Stott will take a cutter at 88 right down the heart and soul of the plate. Last time Castellanos ended up playing against the Baltimore Orioles was on May 29th of 2019. That was in a Tigers uniform. The 0-1. It's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryson Stott. The Orioles have a 1-0 lead thanks to a solo homer by Jordan Westbrook. His first homer of the season, and it went out to right field. The pitch. That was off the plate, but it's a called strike by Lance Barksdale. And Stott definitely not agreeing, as you can hear some boos in the background. That was a foot off the plate for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kremer at the belt. Kicks, deals, swing, and a miss. Kremer decided to climb the ladder. And there is 2 outs now. That's the first strikeout today for Kremer. Stott was trying to swing at a pitch that was right at the head level and got fooled. Harrison will come on up towards the plate, to the plate. He takes the first pitch on the outside corner at the knees. He's in .216 with 2 homers and 10 RBI. Just got activated off of the injured list about a week or so ago. The 0-1 pitch. Pop-up, hit out to right field. Going over towards his right and stopping and getting set to make the catch is Anthony Santander, and he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. And we go to the top of the 4th. Phillies only with 1 hit as they're down 1-0 against the O's. All right, I got to take a step off. I will be right back in just a few moments, guys. Do not change that channel. Do not go anywhere. If you have not done so already, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button. That's the same thing as the thumbs up button, JJ. Come on, man. You got to subscribe and also turn on those bells, man. All right, I'll be back very, very soon. All right, stay tuned. Okay, here we go. No balls, 1 strike to Colton Cowser as we're in the top of the 5th. Cowser batting .111 on the season with no homers and 3 runs batted in. The pitch, that was way down low, but it's a called strike anyways. Lance Barksdale's strike zone has been a little bit different than StatCast's strike zone. The pitch, it's poked over towards the first base side. Stott has it, though, as he's there. and he'll throw it over the first to get the first out. Just going to mention that Colton Cowser, he was 3 for 32 in 40 plate appearances against right-handed pitching this season, but now make that 3 for 33. So there's one away. Ramon Urias is up at the plate. There's 4 homers on the season as he tries to take a hack at the first pitch. He's late on the sinker. 1 out, bases empty in the top of the 5th. Phillies down 1-0. Sanchez comes set, winds up, throws it right at the knees for a called strike. 0-2 is the count. Sanchez not wasting any time. He's been working very quickly here. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a grounder past the first baseman into right field. And Castellanos gets over to it. But it's a single that was hit towards the opposite way by Urias. It's hit down the first base line. And it just bounced about a couple of times. And Cave was not even playing towards the line or anything. So an opposite field single. RPGB says, I thought that there would have been at least 3 homers by now. I didn't think so. James McCann is coming up to the plate. Clouds still pretty clear as there's still some sunshine. 7:44 p.m. Eastern Time. First pitch is at the knees for a called strike. Sanchez already with 61 pitches. He looks back at first, now back to the plate, and throws it downstairs. One with a slider that time at 82. McCann has been putting the sledgehammer on the baseball over his last 5 games or so. He's been hitting it very, very sharply. The pitch, check swing foul ball down the first base line, and it goes towards the dugout. One ball, 2 strikes to James McCann, batting on the right side of the plate. Sanchez comes set at the belt, looks back to home plate, and the throw back to first as he gives a little toss. It's not in time. And Urias will stay put there. Urias on the bases this year has been, he only has 3 stolen bases. The person that leads the team in stolen bases is Mateo with 23. Throw back to first again, not in time. One ball, 2 strikes. Sanchez looks back at first again. The pitch, swing, and a miss. There's a foul tip into the glove, and McCann can't believe it. McCann's like, I thought it hit the dirt. But he looks back, and now he's talking things over with Lance Barksdale, and Lance Barksdale's going to go out to the mound, and I think Brandon Hyde is going to have some words about this. They can't challenge this, right? They can't challenge that. Let's see. I think that Stubbs dropped it. Is it? Yeah. Well, it's ruled as a strikeout. Everyone goes back to their spots, and Jorge Mateo will come up to the batter's box, batting on the right side, wearing his pink cleats, bright pink cleats. And he takes it outside for a ball. Mateo grounded into a double play his last time up. It was back in the 3rd inning. We have a runner over at first. We're in the top of the 5th, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch, grounder, hit over to shortstop, bobbled by Turner, and everybody's going to be safe. That's the 2nd error today by Trea Turner, I believe. Or the 2nd play that he probably should have had. Just an easy ground ball as Turner just gloved it, and I don't know what happened there. Just a routine grounder, and he slipped, and the ball came out of his glove. And as soon as he slipped, he was like, nope, I'm not even going to throw it over to first. Those things just come back to bite you. So that puts runners at first and second. Jorge Mateo is going to come up to the batter's box. Excuse me, it'll be Austin Hayes. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. Urias is over at second, and over at first is Mateo. Sanchez looks back at second. Now back to the plate. The pitch. It's on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike. He's batting .272 with runners in scoring position this season. There's 2 runners on. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez looks back at second again. Now back to the plate, kicks, deals, and it's wide and outside. So that'll make the count 1-2. Austin Hayes is 28 years old. It is MLB debut back on September 7th of 2017. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. The 5th inning in a row where Christopher Sanchez has gotten the final batter of the inning to strike out. And he got into a little bit of a jam, and we go to the bottom of the 5th as the inning is over. No runs, 2 men left. And the Phillies coming back up to the plate as they trail 1-0. Thomas Fitzpatrick, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on here. Let's go Phillies. Can't stand the O's because I'm a Red Sox fan. Oh, wow. Wow. 2 errors for Turner so far. Yep. I wanted to make sure. I didn't see if they ruled the first one as an error or not, but yep. I'm with you. But Hayes did strike out. My apologies, guys. You know, we forgot to wish the following athletes a happy birthday. You know, today's Barry Bonds' birthday, and also Karl Malone. Karl Malone was actually born a year before Barry Bonds. I did not know that. Julie Crone, her birthday's today. She was also born on the same day as Karl Malone, same year. Walt Bellamy, happy birthday to you, man. Born in 1939. And Willie Davis, born in 1934 on this date. Happy birthday to all those people. Today is Monday, July 24th. I'm losing track of my days here. Guys, if you're brand new to my channel, if you enjoy my content, please make sure that you like, subscribe, turn on those notification bell icons as well. And, yeah, man, Alco people, do your thing. Do your magic, man. Hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. We got to get to 30 likes. And if we're already at 30 likes, let's go. Let's make it 40. Let's do that. We want more and more people to come on here, and the only way to do that is by getting more people to come on and hitting the like button. Whoops, we're echoing. Okay. Oh, man. Jake Cave is going to come up, and he takes it down low for a ball from Dean Kremer. Cave has only faced him once coming into today. The pitch. A hopper that's hit foul over towards the first base coach, Paco Figueroa. Cave has had an incredible season down in AAA with 16 homers and 46 RBI. But he only has 1 homer at the big league level. The 1-1 pitch. It's outside. Two and 1 is the count. Kremer gets set and throws that one outside. And Cave is ahead in the count, 3-1. Kremer has thrown 53 pitches in 4 innings of work, while Sanchez has thrown 70 in 5 innings of work. The pitch. And that was outside, but it's a called strike again by Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, and the count is now full at 3-2. Tying run up at the plate, Phillies down 1-0. Payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive into right field, and it drops in for a hit, I believe. Or did Santander make the catch? He did not. It's ruled as a base hit. And Cave will stay over at first. The throw was cut off. And I'm sure that the Orioles are gonna see and tried to challenge this to see if this was a catch or not. Let's see. Regardless, it was another nice play by Santander this time. I think that maybe from that angle that looked like it was a catch. And the Orioles will challenge this call as the home plate umpire, Lance Barksdale, will make the announcement. And if the call is overturned, it'll be 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. That was a really nice play by Anthony Santander. He has been such a great player for this Baltimore Orioles team. Let's see. As we're looking at the monitor here. When you zoom in, it's kind of hard to tell. Don't really get too many good angles here. The question is, did he utilize the ground to help him make the catch? Or did it hit the ground first as he was making the catch? And it's just hard to see from the angle that they just showed us. But they're still challenging this as Brandon Hyde wants to have a review of this, and no signal has been made just yet. So Cave is on over at first base. In case you are just tuning in, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jake Cave had a line drive out in the right field. I thought maybe Santander caught it, but it was ruled as a base hit. And Cave is over at first. So if the call stands, it's a single recorded by Jake Cave. And if the call is overturned, there's 1 out with nobody on. Still no decision made just yet. The Orioles took a 1-0 lead as Jordan Westburg hit his first homer against Christopher Sanchez. That's the only scoring that we have so far. Baltimore is 61-38 on the season. They're 2 games over or above the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Phillies, well, they're trying to fight for a wild card spot as they're tied with the Miami Marlins. Still no signal is ruled just yet, as Will Little, the first base umpire, is standing right next to Lance Barksdale in between first and home plate. Let's look at this again. Santander, did he catch it? Man, that is just such a hard angle. They can't zoom in. I'm sure that the director and the producers are kind of going crazy right now just to try to find all angles of who had that play. And I don't think that they had a lot of angles, so that certainly does not help. It is a tough call just from that one angle that they showed us from the right side. And now there's a call that's going to be made by Barksdale. Let's see. He's ruled safe. So I guess that they didn't have that much conclusive evidence to overturn it, and Santander is shaking his head as he thought he had it. And I thought he had it too, to be honest with you. But Phillies, they get a single from Jake Cave, a leadoff single to start off the bottom of the 5th. It's pretty hard to describe, but I hope that you guys that aren't watching the game kind of got a clear perspective as clear of a perspective as what I saw. Garrett Stubbs will show a bunt here as he bunts it back towards the mound to throw over the second. There's one. And Cave slides and almost collided with the shortstop, Jorge Mateo, as he is down on one knee. And the trainer's going to go out there to see if he is okay. There was no throw made over to first. That's going to be recorded as a fielder's choice ground out. But now the question becomes, did Jake Cave slide too late? I don't think he did. But his cleat ended up hitting the calf of Mateo while he was sliding. It was his right foot that ended up making contact with Mateo's left calf. Man, that has got to hurt. And Mateo is sitting, and the trainer is out there to see if he's all right. He's trying to put pressure on that left calf, and he's going to be helped up here, and he's going to probably come out of the game. He is having a hard time just putting pressure on that calf. Ryan Mountcastle and Urias is over there. He is hobbling. And Brandon Hyde, the manager, and the athletic trainer, they're all out there just to see if he can at least go back towards the dugout. So it was definitely a clean slide. There's no doubt about that. It was just an unfortunate circumstance. Mateo's walking back over towards the shortstop grass area. Remember, Gunnar Henderson is not over at shortstop today. He's the DH. It was not a dirty slide whatsoever. It's just unfortunate because as he was sliding, he just had his right leg or his right foot make contact with Mateo's left calf. He's doing a little jog out in left center field. So I don't think he's going to come out. He's just trying to see if he can at least still be in the game here. And he gives the thumbs up signal to the trainer, so I think he will stay in. And you definitely do not want to see any sort of injuries, especially from a team that has been dealing with the injury bug a little bit as they've had a couple of their star players are out. So we're going to play on as Mateo will stay in there, and the trainer for the O's and Brandon Hyde will go back towards the dugout. So there's one out. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. There's a runner over at first. Okay. There was a fielder's choice ground out. Actually, it was really a bunt that was made by Garrett Stubbs. And the throw over the second by the pitcher was in plenty of time. And Jake Cave had a little collision, but he's all right. Jorge Mateo's okay. So now Johan Rojas will come up to the plate, and he takes it downstairs and outside for a ball. Stubbs leads off at first base. Tried to do a little Garrett Stubbs specialty. Just did not work out. It was a nice play, too, by Kremer. The pitch, outside and low. So Rojas is up at the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Stubbs is over at first. He got on with a fielder's choice, bunt, ground out. The 2-0 pitch, a cutter that is swung on and missed. Johan Rojas got to see him play for the Jersey Shore Blue Claws along with Bryson Stott. He is very fast out there in the outfield. Throw back to first to try to get Stubbs is not in time. Mountcastle's there to catch it. Stubbs goes back to the bag. Two balls, one strike to Rojas. Kremer comes set at the belt, winds up and delivers. It's a foul ball towards the third base dugout. Took a couple of bounces. Dean has thrown 60 pitches on the evening so far. Now 27 years old. He's been with the Orioles since 2020. Time is called by Rojas as he takes a quick step out of the batter's box. I didn't know this, but he's Jewish. Huh. The 2-2 pitch. Bouncer that gets away from the catcher. And going over to second base is Garrett Stubbs. On the wild pitch thrown by Dean Kremer. McCann could not block that properly. It wasn't all his fault, though, as it skipped away from him. And hit him on the lower part of the chest pad. Almost near the private parts. Oof. So Stubbs is in scoring position. Rojas is up at the plate. It's a full count. One out in the bottom of the fifth. Phillies trail 1-0. The payoff pitch. Line drive into right field for a base hit. Stubbs will round third, but he'll stay put. And the throw is drawn back over to second base. It's an opposite field single by Johan Rojas. And that puts runners at the corners. It was definitely a smart move by Garrett Stubbs just to not go to the plate because Anthony Santander has a cannon out in right field. But give Rojas a lot of credit. He grounded it right in between the first base and second base hole. And Stubbs will stay at third. Kyle Schwarber is due up at the plate. A sacrifice fly could tie the ball game. There's one out in the bottom of the fifth. Runners at the corners for the Fightins. Schwarber's 0 for 1 today. And the first pitch thrown by Kremer is an off-speed pitch that was inside and low. Phillies wearing their regular home pinstripe uniforms while the O's are wearing their regular away uniforms. Runners at the corners. One out in the bottom of the fifth. A throw back to first. It's not in time as Rojas got back in there with ease. And there was no tag made by Mountcastle. Jordan Westberg got the O's on the board with an opposite field home run. That was in the top of the second off of Christopher Sanchez. The 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. It was a strike, and the throw to second is not in time. Johan Rojas is able to swipe second base. That gets rid of the double play ball. And now there's two runners in scoring position. Good job by the speedy Rojas. Just to get into scoring position, and now the count is 1-1. I'm happy that Schwarber was able to take that one all the way, too. Runners at second and third. One out in the bottom of the fifth. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Kremer wanted to climb the ladder as the pitch was upstairs, and Kyle Schwarber didn't even check his swing. And the count is 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Kremer comes set at the belt. And the pitch. Pop up, hit out to shallow center field. Is it deep enough is the question. The center fielder calls off the left fielder. The throw to home plate is made, and Stubbs is going to come diving in to score. The throw was cut off by Kremer, and the Phillies are on the board. It's an RBI sacrifice fly by Kyle Schwarber, and the out is productive. So Cowser was there to call off Austin Hayes. Thought maybe there was going to be a collision, but Cowser called him off at the very last second, and Kremer cut off the throw as Garrett Stubbs was running for his life and got a little dirty as he dived into the dirt. Turner is now up with a runner at second. That's Rojas. And he takes it all the way off the plate. It's a 1-1 game. One ball, no strikes to Trea. He grounds this one foul. Turner hitting 170 with 2 outs and with runners in scoring position with a double and 9 RBI on the season. One ball, one strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch, swing and a miss. And Turner went after a cutter that was in the dirt. Kremer was the first Israeli drafted player from any MLB team. It was back in 2015 he was drafted by the O's. The pitch. It's in there for a called strike 3. It looked like it was a little bit down low, and Trea Turner having some words with Lance Barksdale as he's giving a lot of gestures, and Barksdale will take the mask off. And the inning is over, but the Phillies tie it up on an RBI sacrifice fly, and Trea Turner just got tossed. Turner just got tossed as they just went over to the break. Can't see what else is going on, but Turner got tossed from the ball game. Well, I'm sure that they're going to show more of what happened once they come back from the break, but Trea Turner just got tossed after arguing balls and strikes with Lance Barksdale. I didn't know he had that in him. Wow. He just got tossed. And I'm sure that we'll talk more about it once we return. I'd be interested to see if Rob Thompson went out there to argue with Lance Barksdale too, and if he tried to stand up for his players. But it's 1-1. Larry says better off without him. Can't hit, can't field. I mean, I know that he chases after pitches, but he does get on base. It doesn't feel like it to the eye test, but if you do look at the stats, and I understand what you're saying, but he has been getting hits in his last couple of games. Wow, so I'm interested to see what else happened during this break. But regardless, we're in the top of the 6th inning. This game has been going by pretty quickly as it's 8:09 p.m. Eastern Time. So they're showing the review here. The pitch was a little bit down low. It definitely was. You definitely have a case to be made there if you're Trea Turner, but he got thrown out of the game. Did anybody else get tossed? Nope, just Trea did. There was not even a warning issued, and Rob Thompson did go out there to talk things over. And did Thompson get tossed too? Let's see. Nope, I don't think he did. Eddie says, when do you want to do the interview? Yeah, man, DM me. We'll talk more about it. Edmundo Sosa is going to come into play shortstop for Trea Turner as he just got ejected and thrown out of the ball game. And Christopher Sanchez will go out there for the top of the 6th. And throws a ball as he's behind in the count 1-0. Santander is due up at the plate. The pitch, way up high. Sanchez with 72 pitches. Curious to see how long of a leash that Rob is going to have with him. The 2-0 pitch. Fly ball hit out to center field. It's a towering fly ball, but Rojas gets underneath it, backpedals towards the track, and he makes the catch. It did switch over to another camera a little bit early, so they do say that he makes the catch. And there's one out. What's up, Frankie? Thanks for coming on here, man. I really do appreciate it. Shady, thanks for coming on here as well. Mountcastle will be due up, and he rips this one out to deep center field. That's going all the way into the bushes. A solo home run out to dead center field by Ryan Mountcastle. And just like that, it's the second home run of the day for the O's. It went 451 feet. And the O's are back on top 2-1. A lot of pop in that bat of Ryan Mountcastle. He just loves to tattoo baseballs out into center field, and he got a good one right there. I think it actually hit the backstop. It's like Ryan Howard range. Gunnar Henderson is due up. He had a long home run in yesterday's game. Out at Tropicana Field, it hit the glass. The Coca-Cola glass out there. O's lead at 2-1. It's a 1-1 count to Gunnar Henderson. The pitch. Grounder. It's fouled off towards the first base side. You can leave a super chat if you'd like, Philly Pods. You definitely don't have to. I really do appreciate that, though, man. That was a long home run. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Gunnar Henderson, who's 0 for 2 today. The 2-2 pitch. Little flare hit out over towards the third base side, and Harrison gets underneath it to make the catch. And there's 2 away. So that was popped up out to third base. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Phillies had a punch. The O's came back with a counter punch. There's a grounder hit over towards the shortstop, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time as Jordan Westburg has grounded out to end the inning. But the O's strike again on a solo homer out to dead center field by Ryan Mountcastle that went into the bushes and possibly hit the backstop, the backdrop. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Oh, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. That's so nice, man. You did not have to do that. Eric, you're the man, dude. Shout out to Eric, man. Thank you. Means a lot. It really does. Guys, if you do want to donate to the channel, you can always feel free to leave a super chat down below. You guys don't have to do that, but it really does mean a lot to me. Just by you guys coming on here, that means a lot to me, too. But yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Larry says, I was mad at Casty last year, too. He's making good now. What do you mean he's making good now? He's been struggling. I mean, he started off the season really good, and he had a good first half. So, but yes. What just happened to Westbrook? He grounded out the shortstop. All right, bottom of the 6th inning, guys. Yes. Yes, that was Eric. Bottom of the 6th. Let's make sure that we have this all lined up correctly. I believe we do. Phillies will have, who's up? Harper? Harper's up, okay. Let's make sure that he's up here. Good. Okay. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies trail 2-1. The O's struck first on a solo homer by Jordan Westburg. And the Phillies tied it back on a sac fly. Then after that, a solo homer was hit out to dead center field by Ryan Mountcastle. There's Mark Zumoff, former announcer of the Philadelphia 76ers, right at the NBC Sports Philadelphia table. Wow. Looks like a nice buffet over there that they have. Can't tell what the count is because they're showing Mark Zumoff hugging somebody, an employee. I don't think that's his wife. It's 3 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch was just a little bit down low. Harper singled in the first. He's 1 for 2 so far in the ball game. Kremer still out there on the bump for Baltimore. The 3-0 delivery. It's on the upper third of the zone for a called strike. Nick Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Kremer winds up and throws it, and it's just fouled. James, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on here. Phillies have been on a rough patch of games, and I'm not for it. I feel you, man. I totally feel you. It's tough. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Harper. Kremer comes set at the belt. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock, and time is granted to Bryce Harper as he wanted to call for time very quickly. Harper wearing his white and dark blue batting gloves. The dark blue is on the fingertips. The 3-2 pitch. A bouncer hit over towards the first base side, gobbled up by the second baseman, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time, and Harper is out. So Jordan Westburg was able to play it on a bounce. That's how we start off the bottom of the 6th inning. And Castellanos will be up next. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the 4th. And the first pitch to Castellanos. That ball is ripped out to right field. On the run, though, is Santander, and he's there to make the catch. It was off the end of the bat, and Santander was coming in to home plate at the very last second, and he caught it. And there's 2 away. And Bryson Stott will be up next. Kremer was 77 pitches on the night so far. The 78th pitch, it's in there for a called strike, a curveball right down Broad Street. And Stott took it all the way. Only 1 or 2 strikeouts have been recorded by Kremer tonight. Bryson Stott was the first strikeout victim, and now he falls behind in the count 0-2 as he swings and misses at a fastball that was just above the zone. 0-2 is the count. Kremer gets the signs from McCann, winds up and delivers, and that pitch is in the dirt. One ball, 2 strikes to Stott. The pitch outside, and the count is now 2-2. Stott is hitting .300 against right-handed pitching this year, and has 6 homers and 24 RBI. That's coming into today's game. 2-2 is the count. Nobody on, 2 outs, the pitch. Fly ball hit out to left field. It's hooking foul, and it'll go out of play. And Stott will stay alive. Stott leads the team in hits with 111 on the season. The 2-2, another foul ball. And Stott is battling here. In the month of July, he's hitting .362 with 2 homers and 6 RBI. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder pulled over towards the first base side, backhanded by Westberg, and he throws it over to first in time. How about Westberg flashing the glove over at second base? He was able to make a really good play, and he slid and he got up into a good position and threw Stott out over at first. Another 1-2-3 inning for the O's, and we go to the top of the 7th. Phillies trail 2-1 at the bank. Okay. All right, cool. Let's take a sip of water really quickly. Got to make sure that we stay hydrated. If you guys are brand new to my channel, subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button. All right. It is now time for our trivia question of the day. All right, so if you're new to the channel, we do Phillies trivia in the top of the 7th inning, and we reveal the answers, or your answers, in the bottom of the 7th, and then reveal the answer. So if you get the question correct, you'll hear this. And if you get the question wrong, you will hear this. So I'm going to ask you the question. Comment your answers down below, and we'll go through each and every one of your answers when we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and then we'll tell you what the correct answer was. So today's trivia question, okay? Which Phillies player became the first player in MLB history to hit 2 homers in the first inning of a game? Okay? Which Phillies player became the first player in MLB history to hit 2 homers in the first inning of a game? That's the question. Comment your answers down below. We'll obviously repeat it a couple of more times. If there's a pitching change or if we end up going to the bottom of the 7th, we will repeat it one more time. I'll do it one more time here. Which Phillies player became the first player in MLB history to hit 2 homers in the first inning of a game? That is the question, as Colton Cowser is due up. Sitting 108 on the season with 3 RBI. Came in to play for Aaron Hicks. 1 ball, 1 strike as that pitch was down low. Jeff Hoffman getting loosened up in the Phillies bullpen. Sanchez out there for his 7th inning of work. The 1-1 that is fouled off of the foot of Cowser as he hobbles out of the batter's box. Now goes around the circle of the plate. So it's a 1-2 count to Colton Cowser. Aaron Hicks got injured after making a really nice diving catch and was replaced by Cowser earlier in the ball game. The 1-2 pitch, another foul ball. Good. 1-2 is the count. That pitch just got a piece of the home plate umpire. The pitch, swing and a miss. A slider at 82. That's the 7th strikeout of the game for Christopher Sanchez. I think that's a season high for him. Let's double check that really quickly, but I think it is. The pitch. It's at the knees for a called strike. It is a season high for him. The 0-1. It's off the plate. Urias is due up. He's batting in the 7th spot here. And it's a 1-1 count. The pitch by Sanchez. Grounder pulled over towards the second base side. Stott has it, and he'll throw it over to first. There's 2 away. So Cowser gets out, and Urias grounds out. Cowser struck out. And now James McCann is due up. He is hitting 200. 200 with 3 homers and 10 RBI. Excuse me. Didn't expect that. McCann batting on the right side. Then he hits this one out to right field, and it's hooking foul, and it bounced about 4 times as it went into the seats and went all the way towards the rail. The 0-1 pitch, another ball that's ripped out of play. McCann's now 33 years old. He's played for 4 teams, including the Tigers, the White Sox, the Mets, and now the O's. Was an all-star back in 2019. And Sanchez throws this one in the dirt. Played college for the University of Arkansas. One ball, 2 strikes, 91 pitches for Sanchez. The 1-2, swing and a miss. 8 strikeouts on the day for Christopher Sanchez. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. What a day he has had so far. And it is stretch time at the bank. Nice. Cool. All right. So, guys, in case you missed it, right, our Phillies trivia question of the day. Comment your answers down below. We'll give you guys an extra 10 seconds after we ask the question. All right, and I will give you a little hint, okay? And that's this. So which Phillies player became the first player in MLB history to hit 2 homers in the first inning of a game? The hint that I'm going to give you is that it was done in 1985. That's the hint. I'll give you guys an extra 10 seconds to comment your answers down below. And if you guys have answered, please make sure that you like and subscribe. All right. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 0 Mississippi. Okay. There we go. Last answers. Mike Schmidt is answer number 1. Nope. Jimmy Rollins was answer number 2. Incorrect. Larry Boa, answer number 3. Incorrect. Dalton. Nope. Any more answers? Tug McGraw. Incorrect. Nope. Nope. The answer to the question is Von Hayes. Von Hayes became the first Phillies player in MLB history to hit 2 homers in the first inning of a game. And one of them was actually a grand slam. So that is your answer. Thank you so much for playing Phillies Trivia. There's a bouncer hit over towards the first base side as Westberg has it, gobbles it up, throws over to first, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Von Hayes. There you go. That's correct. Good. Nice. So Harrison grounds out on the first pitch. And Christopher Sanchez, though, 7 innings today, 2 earned runs. There were only 2 solo homers that were allowed, but he had 8 strikeouts. And against a pretty good team, that's all you can ask for. All right, Jake Cave will come up, and he takes the first pitch outside and wide for a ball. 86 pitches by Kremer as he's pitching the bottom of the 7th. The pitch, a grounder, foul that goes over towards the first base backstop, and the ball girl will give a fan a little souvenir. What's your opinion on Nick Castellanos? First of all, if you're tuning in on Twitch, I really appreciate that so much. It means a lot. I'll get to that in a second. The pitch, a curveball or a changeup that was just fouled off. I mean, he's struggling right now, and I hope he bounces back and that he gets out of his slump. That'd be really nice. But overall, this season he's been the Phillies' best player. The 1-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Dean Kremer gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. Yep, he did. That pitch was a little bit outside, but again, it's been a very consistent call for Barksdale. 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th. A very quick game so far. And Stubbs will take the cutter inside and low. Stubbs lined out, grounded into a fielder's choice, and scored a run. The next pitch, that's in the dirt and inside. Stubbs today is 0 for 2. 2-0 is the count to Stubbs. Bases are empty in the bottom of the 7th. Phillies down 2-1 with 2 outs. The pitch. That ball was ripped foul down the first base line. A little bit of action for the ball girl out in right field. Have any of you guys ever caught a foul ball? 2-1 pitch. There's a foul ball hit over towards the third base side, and that one goes out of play. I've never caught a foul ball, but I've had a couple of foul balls given to me or my family. There's a little kid, there's his 8th birthday. The 2-2 pitch. It's inside and low for ball 3. You have at a Braves game. Whose foul ball was it? I think that's so cool. That's like the best thing about going to a baseball game, in my opinion. There's some clouds coming in. Phillies trail 2-1. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kremer with the payoff pitch. Popped up out towards the third base side in foul territory. It's going to be a tough play, but getting over to the baseball is the third baseman, Urias, to make the catch. And the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Phillies, as 10 men have been retired in a row. And we go to the top of the eighth. If you guys have not done so already, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Let's get to 735 subscribers, man. Thomas Michael. Okay. Wow. Haven't heard that name in a very, very long time. I remember Jason Michaels. Well, that was Michaels. But I caught that was just a little bit before my time. I don't remember Jason Michaels. I got into baseball in 2006, so I missed out on. I caught the very tail end of Tom Glavlin's career. Phillies, please score. I feel you, man. This offense has just been so putrid. I talked about it last night, and yeah, of course it fires me up, but as a broadcaster, I can't do that, man. You know? But I feel you. I hope that they score here, too. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, and make sure that you like and subscribe. We got 46 people on here watching. We just got 31 likes. Let's get to 35, man. Let's get to 40, actually, because I think we can get to 40. Plug Boy Johnny. Thanks for coming on here, man. I appreciate it. If you guys do enjoy my content, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. So in case you are just tuning in, the Phillies, they trail 2-1 as we're going to the top of the eighth. A very quick game so far. As the game started at 6:40, we're just under the 2-hour mark. Not by much, though. Jeff Hoffman will come in to pitch for Christopher Sanchez, who lasted 7 innings, only gave up 2 earned runs, and had 8 strikeouts and no walks allowed on only 4 hits. And now Jeff Hoffman will step in to pitch for the Fightins. Hoffman's been doing a pretty good job over his last couple of outings or so. He'll have to face Mateo, Hayes, and Santander. And there's a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Go Bird Gang! Thank you so much for the donation, man. That means so much to me. I really do appreciate that. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fly ball hit out to center field. And Rojas will stop, and he'll be there to make the catch as he comes running in towards home plate. And there is the first out of the eighth. Keep it up. I appreciate that so much, man. The grind never stops on here. We're just getting better and better every freaking day. Danny Colombe is getting loosened up in the O's bullpen. We're in the top of the eighth. There's 1 out. Bases are empty. The pitch, swing and a miss. That slider was right down Broad Street. And Austin Hayes, who's 0 for 3 today, could not catch up to it. 0-1 is the count. The next pitch, another slider. This time it's in the dirt and swung on and missed. So Austin Hayes trying to be aggressive. He has flied out and struck out twice. And is now hitting .294 with 9 homers and 38 runs batted in. 1 out in the top of the eighth. 0-2 is the count. Hoffman comes set at the belt, winds up and delivers. A called strike 3. On the inside corner, a slider at 87 miles per hour. That slider had a lot of wicked movement on it. And there's 2 away. That's probably one of the best sliders I've ever seen him throw this season. Just a whole lot of movement as it was at the knees on the outside corner. Santander is due up. He's batting on the left side, and he takes it downstairs. And that'll make the count 1-0. Bases are empty. There's 2 outs. The pitch. Foul ball. Hoffman is 30 years old, and he has a 2.81 earned run average, 34 strikeouts, and 25 2/3 of an inning of work. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Oh, man, that slider was nasty. In the dirt again, and Santander went chasing after it. Nighttime is approaching in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park. 2 outs, a 1-2 count in the top of the 8th. Hoffman with 8 pitches so far in this 8th inning. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Hoffman winds up and delivers from the chest, and it's another foul ball behind the plate. Seriously, Larry says another super chat, JJ. You're rich. Oh, man. Clicks. What's up, man? Trea Turner got ejected after arguing balls and strikes. Phillies down 2-1. The 1-2 pitch with 1 second left on the pitch clock. Swing and a miss. Are they going to say it was a foul ball? They did at the very last second. And that got everybody fooled, including me. It was just fouled off, according to Lance Barksdale. Let's see. Oh, man, that was hard to tell. The question is, did Stubbs hold on to it? Nope, he did not. We'll go at it again. The pitch. Foul ball. Over towards the first base side. Wow. I guess he just got a little piece of it. Maybe they heard something from the bat here. The 1-2 delivery. Another foul ball that goes behind the net, behind the plate. What is up, plug boy Johnny? Is that file good for the Phillies or what file? The pitch upstairs for ball 2. And now the count is 2-2. Ryan Mountcastle waits in the on-deck circle. Santander up at the plate, batting on the left side. Hoffman on the bump for the Fightins. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-2. And that's in the dirt. And what was an 0-2 count is now a full count to Anthony Santander. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hoffman comes sit at the belt, winds up and delivers. Swing and a foul ball again. Another piece of a baseball where Santander just stays alive. Literally by the skin of his teeth. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock again. Hoffman comes set, winds up, and this time it is in there for a called strike 3. Santander went fishing after it as it was inside and low, and the inning is over as Jeff Hoffman comes in to strike out the side. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies down 2-1. Wow. Did I just say called strike 3? I'm sorry. All right. Anyhow, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And I can't be doing that, JJ. Come on. All right. Yes, but why on strike 3? What do you mean, why on strike 3? If you're brand new to my channel, guys, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell icon too so that way you know when I upload. My name is Jason Joseph. I'm a play-by-play announcer from South Jersey. I've been doing this channel for about 7 months or so. You know, I really enjoy this, and I love coming on here, talking to you guys, getting reps of doing play-by-play. We do it for Phillies baseball, 76ers basketball, Flyers hockey, and Patriots football. And we're talking very fast tonight. I don't really know why, but we are. That's just the vibe. So, but anyhow, I hope you're all doing well. And make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons, man. We need 7 more subscribers to get to 740. We've been working really, really hard at this, and the grind does not stop. We try to come on here for almost every single Phillies game, and we also try to do other games too. And we do our own podcast as well. So you think the Phillies could come back? For sure. It's not over. You got to play all 27 outs, man. They haven't been playing so good so far, but of course they can come back. The problem is that if they don't do it in this inning, you're going to have to go up against Felix Bautista, who's only allowed 2 earned runs this year. Only 2. How do you like all the... yeah, okay, so, I mean, like, it's a long story. I didn't get into the Eagles when I was really young, but I don't hate the Eagles. Oh, there's somebody that has a little hairdo like Mitch Williams. A little wild thing. Looks pretty good, man. I'm sure that's going to be all over Twitter tonight. Is that a Jets uniform he's wearing? No, it's a Birds uniform. Okay. Interesting. What's up, man, though? Thanks for coming on here. I really do appreciate that. I didn't get into the Patriots I didn't get into football until I was in high school, so I got into the other sports when I was younger. And that's the whole story. That's the long story short of this whole thing. So... Latier. Is that how you say that? Please please correct me, please, if I mispronounce that. Understandable. It isn't really, but it also is. Okay, so Johan Rojas will come up to the plate. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The first pitch is inside. Danny Colombe is coming out there to pitch for the O's. He has a 2.91 ERA in 34 innings, along with 41 strikeouts. The 1-0, it's upstairs. So Dean Kremer's day is done. He only allowed 1 run, and that was on a sac fly hit by Schwarber. 2 balls, no strikes to Johan Rojas. The pitch. Grounder over towards the third base side, bobbled, and no throw is made. Urias over at third base, he bobbled it. It was on a pitch that was hit pretty sharply over to third. I think that they should probably rule it as an infield single, but maybe not looking at the replay. It just went in and out of the glove. He tried to backhand it, and it just went off the leather. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Bird Gang. That's so nice, man. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so. Here comes Kyle Schwarber as he takes that one all the way for a ball. Just outside. Yeah, Eddie, it'll be really cool. Defense playing Schwarber to pull towards the right side of the infield. The 1-0 pitch. There's a cannon hit down the first base line, and it is a foul ball by a couple of inches. Rojas has to go back to first. Speed puts pressure on the defense, for sure. Was that an E3, Larry? 1 ball, 1 strike. Schwarber at the plate. Rojas over at first. We're in the bottom of the 8th, the 1-1. Good take by Schwarber. A sweeper that was in the dirt. Two balls, 1 strike. And the throw back to first is not in time. Phillies trail 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. In game 1 of this 3-game set. It was ruled as a single. Okay, thank you. Runner goes, the 2-1 pitch. It's in there for a strike. The throw over the second is not in time. It bounced off Mateo's glove, but it still stays in the infield. Johan Rojas does it again. And he's in scoring position. It's 2-2 to Schwarber. As Rojas is there at second base. McCann His throw is a little bit late. But give Rojas credit. Doing the little things correctly. 2-2 is the count. Rojas in scoring position. The next pitch is way up high and inside for ball 3. It was a curveball that was, oh man, almost hit the hand of Schwarber. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. The payoff pitch. In the dirt for ball 4, and Schwarber walks for the second time tonight. Fans getting into it. And Brian Baker is getting loosened up in the bullpen. No sign of Bautista yet. Interesting. And now time is called as McCann wants to go out to the mound to try to have a conference with everybody. That means that, yes, that is correct. Plug in, or plug John Boy. Plug Boy Johnny. Yep. Edmundo Sosa will come up to the plate. He came in to play for Trea Turner as he got ejected after calling balls and strikes. Arguing balls and strikes. Fans standing on their feet at the bank. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody out. 2 runners on. Everybody goes back to their spots. Schwarber's over at first. Rojas is over at second. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Sosa up at the plate. Colombe gets set. Looks back at second. And just takes a quick step off the mound as he tried to disengage the runner over at second base. 45 people on here. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Sosa's going to show bunt here. The pitch. He tried to go for it, and the pitch was inside, so he's behind in the count 0-1. He couldn't take the bat back in time. You just got to be quick, man. That's all you got to do. Mateo trying to keep Rojas in check. Sosa will show bunt again. The 0-1. Did he take it back that time? I believe he did. The pitch was in the dirt and inside. The count is 1-1. Sosa hitting .250 on the season. Rojas at second. Schwarber at first. Colombe looks back at second. Now back to the plate. Kick steals. The bunt is shown here again. And the pitch. Is it caught? Nope. It ended up it was a bunt foul ball that actually just got a piece of McCann. And McCann was down for just a little second as it hit him right into the wickets. I mean, why show bunt in this situation? Sosa hasn't really been doing that too much. I don't understand the philosophy. I mean, I get it, but in this situation, I don't know why you would bunt there. So McCann is all right. Gets back into a squatting position with the mask on. 15 seconds left on the pitch clock. 2 runners on for the Phils. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 delivery to Sosa. It's fouled back. It was on a cutter that was thrown by Colombe. So Dean Kremer got the start tonight and pitched pretty well. Colombe is 33 years old from St. Louis, Missouri. Stands at 5'10". 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Up high, and good job by McCann to show off the reflexes. As that one almost got away from him, and it could have been a wild pitch. That pitch, you couldn't even see it on StatCast. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The next pitch to Sosa. That's up high and inside for ball 3. Bryce Harper waits in the on-deck circle. Nobody out. Rojas at second, Schwarber at first. Phillies trail 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. They're up at the plate, and time is called at the very last second as Colombe wants to talk things over with McCann, and McCann will charge over towards the mound. If you guys have not done so already, please make sure that you like, please make sure you subscribe, and turn on those notification bells so that way you know when I upload. We do Phillies games, we do 76ers basketball, Flyers hockey, and Patriots football. Everybody goes back to their spots. A big situation here for the Phillies. They haven't gotten 2 runners on tonight. It's the first time they've done that. The 3-2, a foul ball down the third base line. Sosa stays alive. Harper trying to get on with an opportunity here. Three balls, 2 strikes to Sosa. Colombe looks at the plate, kicks, fires, swinging a line drive, caught over at third. The throw to second is in time. Urias with a nice catch over at third base. And Rojas could not get back to second in time. That's going to go down as a 5-4 double play. Calitre's going over to the phone to see if the Phillies should challenge this. No signal yet, but that was a hot shot hit over to third base. Not all Rojas' fault. Just an unlucky bounce. He's out. He's out. That's the worst thing that could have happened, too. So there's 2 outs. The Phillies will challenge this. I don't think that they have anything to lose. But they will challenge the call. Regardless, there's 1 out. Let's see. Did he get his fingertip back in there? You can't see it from that review from Fan Vision because we're just so far away. That wasn't all on Rojas, Larry. It really wasn't. It was just hit so quickly over to third. It's tough, man. All right, let's see. The call is going to be made, and the runner is out. So the call is confirmed. The Phillies lose their challenge. That's a 5-4 double play. And there's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 8th. That was hit so sharply. Wow. Schwarber's over at first, and Harper's due up at the plate. Phillies still have a chance. We're in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs and a runner at first, and Harper's up. A big moment for him. He's come through in a lot of at-bats lately, and he takes it outside and low. See, I'm wondering if Colombe was thinking about walking Harper here so that he doesn't have to face him, and just take his chance with Castellanos, but I guess because it's a lefty on righty, doesn't want to do that. The 1-0 pitch, line drive into center field for a hit, and Schwarber's going to stop over at second base. So a 2-out single by Harper, and he continues to come through in the big moments. Hit out to center field, and the throw was cut off. So Harper singles. And now Nick Castellanos is coming up to the plate. Boy, would this be something here. Wonder if they're going to take Schwarber out now. Schwarber's going back over towards the third base side. So we do have a pitching change as Brandon Hyde has seen enough from Colombe. Don't know who's coming in just yet. Have to wait and see. We have a pitching change, though, and the Phillies will be right back in just a few moments. All right, let me double-check really quickly to see who's coming in. So it will be Brian Baker. Brian Baker's coming in. He's number 43. I wanted to make sure I had that correctly. It definitely was not Bautista. Okay. try to keep this PG, Splinter, man. Try to keep it PG, man. Because we have to be mindful of our audience members. All right, in case you guys are new to my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons too, so that way you know when I upload. Mods, I do want to remind you guys too, in case you do see anything in the chat that looks a little bit sus or a little bit iffy, I do want to remind you guys, definitely don't be afraid to pitch in and all that sort of stuff. Okay, all right. But yes, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And, yeah, we got 49 people on here, man. That is awesome. Awesome stuff. 50 people. Let's get to 40 likes. That means 15 of you that are on here have not liked this video already. What are you guys waiting for? We're in the bottom of the 8th. There's runners over at first and second. Schwarber's at second. Harper's at first. And there's 2 outs. So Brian Baker is going to come in to pitch for the O's. In 43 outings, he has a 3.83 earned run average in 40 innings of work. Opponents are hitting .209 against him. He has 48 strikeouts, and there's a big spot for Castellanos here. This season with runners in scoring position, he's hitting .280 with 2 homers and 38 RBI. The first pitch, it's in there for a called strike. Nick today is 0 for 2. Big spot here. A base hit ties the game. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 96 on the gun. Thrown by Baker. What's up, Jonatello? How you doing, man? No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs to Castellanos. Baker comes set at the belt, looks back at second, now back to the plate. The 0-2 delivery off the plate, and a good take by Castellanos. One ball, 2 strikes. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The pitch. Another good take by Castellanos as he takes it wide for ball 2. 15 seconds left on the pitch clock right here. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nick Castellanos. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. Outside again, and what was an 0-2 count is now a full count. Castellanos hitting .194 this season when the count is full with a home run. Can he come through here? The payoff pitch. Fly ball hit out to right field. It's hooking foul, and it just goes out of play. A big spot here for Castellanos, who's 0 for 2. Bryson Stott is in the on-deck circle. 6 pitches in this at-bat so far, and Castellanos has worked his way back up. 3-2 is the count. The payoff pitch to Castellanos, swinging a line drive into left center field for a base hit. Schwarber rounding third. He'll come in to score. Harper's coming in to home plate, and the throw is in time. Harper was trying to be aggressive, and he was called out at the plate. The Phillies tie it, though, on an RBI single by Nick Castellanos, and the Phillies may want to challenge this. Calitree's over at the phones. Will they do it? I don't know. Let's see, did they tag him? I believe that he did. I believe McCann just got a piece of him. Man, oh man. We go to the top of the ninth. The Phillies tie it up on an RBI single, though, by Nick Castellanos, and Harper was called out at the plate. Wow. That's unbelievable. I mean, Harper was rounding third. He was going to get gunned out regardless. The throw was like way off the line. And the fact that McCann was actually able to still tag him is actually really impressive, but Harper would have easily been a dead fish at the plate. I don't know what gave him the confidence to go. I couldn't even see if the third base coach, Dusty Wathan, even gave him a signal to go or what. That was pitiful. At least the Phillies tied it, though. Nope. The throw was way off the line, and McCann had to reach over to try to even tag Harper, and with a good throw, he would have been gunned easily out at the plate. But the Phillies tie it up on an RBI single by Castellanos. All right. We go to the top of the ninth. Don't know who's coming in just yet. Eric, thanks again for the super chat, my guy. Oh, boy. In case you guys are brand new to my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell icon, too, so that way you know when I upload. So, in case you're just tuning in, the Phillies, they were down 2-1. Center fielder Cowser made a throw that was off the line. It actually was pretty on point, to be honest with you. It was a pretty good throw. I thought that for sure that Harper should have just stayed, but it was cut off by the shortstop. And Mateo made as good of a throw as he did. It was so hard to see it, though, in real time because you just saw the throw to the plate. Wow, how about that, man? Harper, he does. He should have just stayed. But regardless, Craig Kimbrell will come in to pitch the top of the ninth. Oh, shoot. I got to get ready if this goes to extras. The pitch. It's up high for a ball. What's up, Isaac? How we doing, man? Thanks for coming on here. Hope all was well. Yep, Dusty Wathan, I think, gave him the okay to go. Kimbrell is 6-1 on the season, and he throws that pitch just a little bit outside. Adam Frazier is up at the plate. He's lifetime 2 for 6 against Craig Kimbrell. So he'll pinch hit, I believe, for Mountcastle here. He will. Now it's a 2-1 count. I'm just looking down when I should have been looking up. Two balls, one strike. Kimbrell comes set at the chest, winds up and throws it right down the hatchet. And the count is now 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Kimbrell pitching the top of the ninth. And now time is called at the very, very last second by Garrett Stubbs. He wants to go out and have a conversation with Kimbrell. Kimbrell lifetime against the Orioles is actually 0 for 1. Or he's 0-1. Perez is now getting loosened up in the Orioles bullpen. Kimbrell has had 17 saves against the O's. The 2-2. It's fouled off. Last time he faced them, though, was on September 26th of 2018. That time he really struggled, though, as he allowed 4 runs in just a third of an inning for the Red Sox. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball hit out to right field, and Castellanos gets underneath it, tracks it down, and makes the catch. And Kimbrell may have gotten away with one. But there's one out. Gunnar Henderson is due up. He's 0 for 3 today. He's hitting .244 with 16 homers and 43 RBI. 1 out in the top of the ninth. The bases are empty. And Kimbrel does not get the call as the pitch was way outside. It was a knuckle curve at 85. It's 9:08 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast. Phillies are tied 2-2 in Game 1 of this 3-game set against the O's. The 1-0 pitch, a foul ball, drilled down the left field line, and it's hooking out of play. Adley Rutschman did not get the start tonight as James McCann is behind the plate. The 1-1, that's way up high for ball 2. But Gunnar Henderson has been one of those guys that has provided a lot of power for the O's, along with Adley. The 2-1 pitch. It's up. Ooh, it's just a little bit outside. Found you on YouTube, but I don't want to deal with a channel to chat. Thank you for your amazing play-by-play. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. If you're on Twitch, man, I really appreciate that. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch inside for ball 4. We welcome people on Twitch. We welcome people anywhere, man. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot to me. So a 1-out walk issued to Gunnar Henderson in the top of the ninth. And Ryan O'Hearn will now pinch hit for Jordan Westberg. O'Hearn, lifetime as a pinch hitter, is 2 for 8. Got the night off. He's been playing a lot over at first this season. First pitch to O'Hearn. Swing and a miss. He went around, and the third base umpire, Dan Merzel, said that he did not check, that he did not check his swing, and he went around. No balls, 1 strike. Kimbrel comes set at the chest. 8 seconds left. He kicks, fires, and that pitch is going to bounce away from Stubbs. And the runner goes over to second. Henderson thought about going over to third, but Stubbs just got back there. The previous pitch actually bounced in front of Stubbs, and it didn't get too far away from him. But this time it was a very similar pitch that was thrown by Kimbrel, and that one did eat up Garrett Stubbs. So unfortunately, that gets rid of the double play ball, or a double play opportunity. Unless, of course, get an unassisted double play. 1-1 pitch, just outside, and the knuckle curve has been a little bit off tonight for Kimbrel. He's behind in the count 2-1. Phillies and Orioles tied 2-2. Phillies are 53-46. Orioles are 61-38. The pitch. Grounder, hit over towards the first base side. Stott plays it on a bounce, throws over to first, and it's in time as Cave is there to make the catch and tag the bag. The runner does go over to third, though, and that is the go-ahead run. That's 90 feet away. 56 people on here. In case you guys are brand new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph, where we do almost every single Phillies game. We do 76ers basketball and Patriots football and Flyers hockey. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So Cowser will come up. He's 0 for 2 today, and he takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike on the inside corner. So Henderson's over at third. Got on with a walk, advanced to second on a wild pitch during the at-bat to Ryan O'Hearn. And the 0-1 pitch, that is served out to left field. Schwarber on the run. He dives, and he can't make the catch. It gets on by him. A run comes in to score. Schwarber has to go back for the baseball, and it's an RBI double. Hit by Cowser. Give Schwarber credit because he went all in for it and gave it his all. And he really got banged up on that track there towards the left field line. It just stayed fair. You can't blame Schwarber for diving after it. It was just out of reach, though. Just hit the edge of his glove. And it's a 3-2 lead for Baltimore. We're in the top of the 9th inning. An RBI opposite field double for Cowser. And Urias is up at the plate, and I'm sure that Felix Bautista will be getting loosened up in the bullpen. First pitch by Kimbrel, and this at-bat is in there at the knees for a called strike. Of course, man, this is what we do. No balls, 1 strike. Phillies trail 3-2 in the top of the 9th. The 0-1, it's fouled off. I mean, Schwarber really did try. But it's just not that fast. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Oh, I thought he did, but the first base umpire says no. That'll make the count 1-2. Phillies in their bottom of the 9th will have Stott, Harrison, and Cave due up. 1-2 is the count. The next pitch, swing and a miss, and the inning is over. On a pitch that was right down the pipe, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Phillies are down 3-2. I guess you could say that, but I mean, you know, yeah, they were showing Brandon Marsh on the bench. I guess you could say that. I don't know, though. All right, guys, please make sure that you like. Please make sure you subscribe. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. All right, let's, I'm sure that Felix Bautista is going to be coming in. He has been lights out. He's only allowed 2 runs this season. His ERA is at least less than 1. So he has been almost automatic in the closer position. It's a .92 ERA. 96 strikeouts in 49 innings. He's only allowed 5 earned runs. But anything is possible. But yes, please make sure that you like. Please make sure you subscribe. Algo people, do your thing, man. Do your thing. We want to get more and more people on here. Why do the Phillies keep putting Kyle out there? Love his bat, but I hate his speed. Hey, we can talk more about it. I get the frustration, but at the same time, like, I also understand too that you need his bat. But I don't know. My mind is mixed up right now. That's because I'm so focused on casting this game. So let me clear my head, and then I'd have a more better of an answer. All right, we go to the bottom of the 9th. Let's see, is Bautista in there? Close it out for the O's. Can't see. But in case you're just joining us, it's 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 9th in Philadelphia. Kyle Schwarber could not make the catch out in left field. He tried to dive and put his whole entire body out there, but just the ball got right by him as it hit the edge of his glove. And Schwarber, not happy about it. And Castellanos gives him a little pat on the back saying, hey, man, you did your best. So, I do like that. Adam Frazier will be playing over at second base as he came in to pinch hit. So, Frazier's now going to be the second baseman. So, and now Ciano Perez is going to come in. So, it's not going to be Bautista. Wow. We'll get to Perez's stats in just a few moments. So Bautista's not in, huh? First pitch to Stott is in there for a called strike at the knees. I guess he's not available. See if the Phillies can try to take advantage. Stoddard's 0 for 3 today. He lined out, struck out, and grounded out. 0-1 is the count. Phillies down 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth. The 0-1 high bouncer hit over to shortstop. The throw on the run by Mateo is in plenty of time. And there's one away. Perez is 27 years old. He has a 4.68 earned run average and 26 strikeouts in 32 innings. And Josh Harrison is due up at the plate. First pitch at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike. Perez has only allowed 2 homers this season. He's been doing a pretty good job over his last 15 games. The 0-1 delivery. Fly ball hit out to right field. And Santander's going to track it down and make the catch, and there's 2 away. So JT Realmuto is going to come in to pinch hit for Jay Cave, as the Phillies are down to their final out. Oh, Alec Boehm's going to come in to pinch hit, and JT waits in the on-deck circle. So Boehm's going to pinch hit here. My mistake. I couldn't tell. Phillies down to their final outs. Perez comes set, winds up, and that pitch is in the dirt. A 96-mile-per-hour fastball. One ball, no strikes to Alec Boehm. Pinch hitting for Jake Cave here. The pitch. Inside and low again. Boehm went 3 for 12 in the series against the Guardians. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a fastball that was up high. Not by much. It was actually just a little bit off the plate, really. And the count is 2-1. Base is empty. The 2-1 pitch. Oh, man, that looked like it was inside, but it's a called strike, and the Phillies are down to their final strike. 2-2 is the count. Phillies down 3-2. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. The pitch. Up high and outside, and the count is full. Actually hit the backstop. So it was way outside. There's Rob Thompson in the Phillies dugout. Base is empty in the bottom of the ninth. Phillies down to their final strike. It's a full count to Alec Boehm, who pinch hits for Jay Cave. The payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive into left field off the glove of Mateo for a hit. It took a weird bounce. Austin Hayes will throw it into second base, and Alec Boehm keeps the Phillies' hopes alive. Just bounced off the glove of Mateo. And now JT will come in to pinch hit. The tying run's over at first, and the winning run is up at the plate as time is called really quickly. Good piece of hitting by Alec Boehm, and Mateo just could not get there to make the catch. It bounced off the bottom of his glove. And time is called as Brandon Hyde, the pitching coach, will go out there to talk things over with Perez here. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icon. Phillies trail 3-2. They're 53-46. Fans are standing, showing a little bit of life as JT Realmuto's going to pinch hit. As a pinch hitter this season, he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And he comes in for Garrett Stubbs. Johan Rojas waits on deck. Perez comes set, winds up, delivers, and the pitch is in the dirt. It was a slider that was inside and low. Boehm over at first. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. at the knees, a 98-mile-per-hour fastball for a called strike. Bohm got on with a 2-out single as the Phillies were down to their final strike. The 1-1 pitch. That's inside and low. It was a slider that time at 86. 2 balls, 1 strike. Perez looks back at first. The pitch. Foul ball. And the Phillies again are down to their final strike. It was a fastball right down the middle, so JT was late on it. 2-2 is the count. The pitch to JT outside, and that'll make the count full. They say that the last out in baseball is the hardest out to get. Phillies not going down without a fight. 3 balls, 2 strikes to JT. The payoff pitch. Up high for ball 4. And Bohm goes over to second. The Phillies trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 9th. And Johan Rojas is due up. Rojas is 2 for 3. The at-bat of his life coming up right here. Runners at first and second, the first pitch. Oh, man, that was off the plate, but it's a called strike. What are you doing, Lance? And he's already behind in the count, 0-1. Perez comes set at the belt. Looks back at first, the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a grounder over the shortstop, and the throw over the second is in time, and the ball game is over. Perez comes in and gets the save. The Phillies had 2 base runners that they got on in the 9th, but the Orioles hang on and they win by a score of 3-2. Dean Kremer pitched a very good game today for the O's. The Phillies, they had their opportunities again, but it was that one hit in the top of the 9th, the RBI double, that was hit by Cowser, who came into the ball game for Aaron Hicks as he left the game. And that was the difference. Phillies lose by a final score of 3-2, and they now fall 53-47 on the season. Orioles are now 62-38, and the Phillies will be back at it tomorrow. Dean Kremer today pitched really well for the O's and went toe-to-toe with Christopher Sanchez, who was really good on the mound for the Phils. But the Phillies offense continues to have their own woes. And hopefully they can try to come back tomorrow and even the series. Wow. That was tough. That was a tough way to go out. You can look at Bryce Harper, seeing if he should have rounded third base to come in to score. You can understand the aggressiveness, but, man, you can look at that. You can also look at, keeping Kyle Schwarber out there for the top of the 9th, thinking about going to Brandon Marsh. That's just, that's tough. But I love you all so much, man. Apple Attack, thanks so much for coming on here. I really appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the best. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button, too, if you guys have not done so already. All right, we'll be back on tomorrow night. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey, where we cover almost every single Phillies, 76ers, Flyers, and Patriots game, as many as we can. And we also do podcasts on here and come out with a lot of content. But we'll be back on tomorrow night. Tough loss for the Phils, but the O's, they got the big hit when it really mattered. All right. Love you guys so much. Lala Tov. I'll catch you all on the next one.